thank you for being with me this morning. We heard from Hamid Al-Qasim the economic troubles in Turkey, which likely played a role in this campaign for sure. But Europe has been a little anxious over Erdogan over the past few years. Does his winning, which a lot of people say was predictable, change in any way Turkey's relations with the bloc or Europe in the future?
Look, this victory is only going to confirm a tendency that has been going on for many years in the relations between Erdogan and Europe. First of all, the negotiations about Turkey joining the EU are completely off the table. Erdogan has taken a very clear pan-Islamist foreign policy, a very aggressive policy vis-à-vis the Europeans. I mean, just a week ago, he threatened a jihad against Austria for expelling 60 imams who were considered radical by the Austrian regime. So this kind of talk is not going to help in the relations between Turkey and Europe. Also, Erdogan has been using the refugee issue to put pressure on Europe, basically to extract money from Germany in order not to let the Syrian refugees transit via Turkey towards Europe. He's been using his ability to control more or less the flow of refugees from the Middle East to Europe in order to extract concessions from the European Union. But on the other hand, he also has this very, I would say, aggressive rhetoric vis-à-vis the Europeans, and I would expect this to continue and even to deteriorate in the coming years.
And speaking of aggression, a lot of people would say that the state of emergency that Turkey is under since that failed coup is also some kind of aggression. Do you find it surprising that he won again in such great numbers, even though the country is still under a state of emergency? Or in some surprising way, maybe this helped Erdogan?
Look, he completely controls the media. I mean, Turkey today is basically a police state since the failed 2016 coup. Not only has he eliminated all his opponents from all branches of government, but he completely controls the media. And so it's very hard to campaign in those circumstances. There are also many claims that some of there was some fraud in some of the polls. I mean, the opposition is definitely claiming that there has been some fraud in some of the polling stations. But in any case, as I said, Turkey today is a country where Erdogan controls power. It's only going to be worse now with this new presidential system, where there's going to be basically no balance of power between the legislature and the executive power, because he's going to have those sweeping powers, and he also obtained a majority in parliament. I mean, at least if the opposition had been able to win a majority in parliament, his powers would have been seriously curtailed, but that's not the case. He has a majority in parliament, so he's basically going to be able to do whatever he wants until 2022.
Let's jump back to Istanbul.